this occasion. Marvellous colour here. The Cork team are already out of the field. Here come Meath. So let us go over right now for our commentary on the senior match to Joe Canning.
Thank you very much indeed, Michael. Good afternoon to you, everybody. Meath, what fantastic support they brought with them to Croke Park this afternoon. There's been unprecedented enthusiasm in the Royal County for the chances of this very well-balanced team, skippered by the very spirited Mick Lyons from Summerhill. It's 20 years since their last win, 17 years since their last final. So the Meath team players taking up their positions in front of a bank of cameramen. A gloriously sunny afternoon now. Thankfully the elements being kind in this final at the end of the 100th championship of Gaelic football. It's just the second championship match ever between Cork and Meath. Remember 1967. So let's now remind ourselves of how the teams will be playing this afternoon, starting with Meath. And despite the fact that Matty McCabe is fit again, the Meath selectors have resisted the temptation to change, obviously feeling that the side played well within themselves in overcoming the challenge of Derry in their semi-final. Once again they present a rock-solid defence, an exciting midfield pairing of Liam Hayes and Jerry McEntee, and their forward line is unlikely to be found wanting when it comes to scores, with leading marksman Brian Stafford leading the way on 27 points. Meath having played one game fewer to reach this final, incidentally. And so the Cork team, Cork satisfied with the semi-final performance 3 weeks ago, keep an unchanged selection. As the Cork players come across to have their photographs taken. Cork unchanged, as we say, and they'll be hoping to build on the good work of a well-marshalled defence. Teddy McCarthy, like Dennis Walsh, appears in an All-Ireland final for the second successive year, but in a different sport. He's Shea Fahy's midfield partner, while in attack, most attention will centre on the former Kildare man, Larry Tompkins, who scored 32 points in 5 championship matches. So the leading scorers going into this particular final, Larry Tompkins of Cork, and of course Brian Stafford of Meath. Brian Stafford with his 27 points, but from 4 games, and I think you'll agree they compare very favourably with Tompkins' 32 from 5 matches. Teddy McCarthy waits his partner in midfield, Shea Fahy, as Pat Lane from Foynes in County Limerick sets this centenary championship final underway. And it's Teddy McCarthy bursting downfield, broken up however, and a foul committed. That was Jerry McEntee down there. So a foul on McEntee as they rise for it, taken nicely by PJ Gillick. Looking for support, getting it at the back from Liam Hayes, slotting it lazily into the path of Bernard Flynn, trying to get inside the defender. Life made difficult for him, but fouled by Tony Davis outside the 20-metre line. And so an early chance for Meath and for Brian Stafford. Breeze blowing into his face as he prepares to kick this ball. Davis, who conceded the free, is poised. Who scored 7 points against Laois, 10 against Kildare, 6 against Dublin and 4 against Derry in the semi-final, missing the opening chance. The first Kilmainham Woodman to play in the All-Ireland final. Jimmy Kerrigan here. Going to link up with John Cleary. Belting it inside, down towards Colm O'Neill. Got there ahead of his man is Terry Ferguson. That's the opening point. Point to settle down his side. Colm O'Neill, who was an absolutely brilliant minor. You may recall in 1981 he scored 3 goals in the All-Ireland minor final that year. Mickey McCullen, the Meath goalkeeper, kicking against the breeze, taken by Liam Hayes. He'll be anxious to settle down early in this match. Not such a good ball. Seemed to go off the defender, and to Meath ball is the verdict. Colm O'Rourke towards Bernard Flynn. Bernard Flynn had his jersey well and truly tested. So a chance for Colm O'Rourke to level up the scores. Putting it away towards PJ Gillick, down, but down to the waiting Tony Davis and away to Teddy McCarthy. Up to Davis. Good return ball. Intended for Jimmy Kerrigan. Comes off the chest there of Kevin Foley to Kerrigan. Towards Cleary. John Cleary, the Castlehaven man, trying to angle himself for the shot. Pursued by 4 defenders. To the left of Gavin, it's Tompkins who gets into the breach, and it's Tompkins who puts it wide. Cork's first wide, they lead by a point. That was a really good chance. Enda Colleran, who is joining me here in the commentary box, a nervous start by both teams.
Yes, certainly a nervous start. Meath have missed 2 good scoring opportunities, and most unusual for Larry Tompkins to miss from that position.
Mays taking it from the air, the waiting Jerry McEntee, again thumping it into space first time. Defenders call well, and it's Dennis Walsh who makes it his. Nice combined play as Shea Fahy goes up to pick it from the defender. Here's Robbie O'Malley having a great season at cornerback for Meath, to Brian Stafford, who was left unmarked as he went roaming out the field. Trying to take it past Shea Fahy, trying to link it inside with PJ Gillick. Hasn't scored in the championship so far. He has now. That's PJ Gillick's first score in this year's championship, and the sides are on level terms. He was the only one of the forwards, of the 12 forwards playing in today's final, who hadn't scored so far. Jerry McEntee, lovely fielding in the air, challenged by John O'Driscoll. Lays it up to Martin O'Connell. The race for possession, belted away by Coleman Corrigan, the fullback, way out of position. O'Connell now trying to lob it inside, but not getting much direction on the pass. Then it comes to Colm O'Rourke. Rounding Dennis Walsh. This is a very promising little move by O'Rourke. To Castles, support, the block down. They're still there in numbers, being it's Dennis Walsh who got it away. Well, a moment of grief that time for Cork, but they still got themselves out of a tangle, and Meath should have done more with it. This is Martin O'Connell, anxious now to carry the fight to the rebel county. Meath seem to have changed their style somewhat for this game. They're not playing the shorter passing game. More often than not, they are playing the ball forward early, as Dennis Walsh commits the foul on Colm O'Rourke. The defence was still getting back as Stafford got the pass, but he puts it outside and wide. John Kearns, the Cork goalkeeper, just about 6 minutes gone in the first. Still level pegging, point apiece. And the Meath line ball, or is it? The referee saw some pushing by Kevin Foley, number 5, on Jimmy Kerrigan. Here's Niall Cahalane. What a minor medal, and an under-21 medal. 24 next Friday, so hoping to celebrate the birthday with the senior medal. Larry Tompkins got that break of the ball down from Christy Ryan. Getting it onto the right foot, but it's Mick Lyons who picks up the pieces. PJ Gillick is contesting everything with Tony Nation, the man who's been slotted into marker. Loose marking, and Colm O'Rourke's way inside. Very poor marking, a chance of a goal here for me. Oh, the goalkeeper spread himself brilliantly inside. Time in this year's championship, goalkeeper John Kearns comes to his side safety, but Colm O'Rourke getting a second chance in this match, if not a third, to goal for Meath. Should have made more of the chance, but he took on too long, and the goalkeeper sped himself excellently and bravely, and it's out for a 45. Stafford, the taker of the 45, or is it 44 and a bit? This to increase Meath's lead, but easily taken by Colton Corrigan, slipping on the damp ground after all the rain overnight. Liam Hayes outside of the boot, invitingly inside. It's taken again under some difficulty by Niall Cahalane. Out towards Jimmy Kerrigan, and Meath are applying the pressure at this stage. They're there in numbers, but their final pass leaving much to be desired, even as Gilly keeps that one in play. Back to Castles. Joe Castles again angling for the shot inside. Looks good, goalkeeper under it. Very good, confident, safe goalkeeper by John Kearns. In my view, the outstanding goalkeeper in this year's championship. Here's John O'Driscoll. We haven't seen him move so far. Outside towards Colm O'Neill. Man who got the Cork point. In case you've joined us late, it's a point apiece in the 1987 All-Ireland football final as Robbie O'Malley takes that one away from John Cleary and then completes the good business himself. Towards Brian Stafford. Here's David Becky. His serve being tested, the referee allowing an advantage. Tested the second time, he gets in. Oh, he held it too long, didn't make the vital pass, still got it back, and it went off Niall Cahalane for yet another 45. Well, the referee was using all kinds of advantages that time to allow David Becky in for a chance.
And I think, Meath are going back to their old style of play. They're playing as individuals and trying to do everything on their own, not passing the ball around.
Stafford taking it quick to Liam Hayes, taking the return. And he's hurled it outside for yet another wide for Meath. So it remains Cork 1 point, Meath a point. 9 minutes gone in the first half. Larry Tompkins well out-jumped, well outnumbered as well. Jerry McEntee overhit the pass, however. It's not the shorter combined passing game that they used in their Leinster Championship, and again in the All-Ireland semi-final as we watch John O'Driscoll mockingly going through that Meath defence. Christy Ryan, the link up with Colm O'Neill, the chip in towards Jimmy Kerrigan, and the goalkeeper comes out to make it his. Mickey McCullen finding the unmarked Joe Castles. Perhaps playing out of position at centre-half forward, but he's very much a play-anywhere player, Joe Castles, in the Meath cause. Conor Coonahan was the one who was chipping that one in. And Mick Lyons takes it out of the clouds with an absolutely marvellous lead. Great bit of handling. The Meath captain then driving it to midfield. It's taken here by Teddy McCarthy for Cork. Teddy McCarthy is fouled by Jerry McEntee, and the referee calling him across. Certainly it's been a very open game so far. We've seen chances at both ends. So it's Larry Tompkins, about 46 metres out, and of course one's mind turns back to the game against Galway when he really had to put it over from this position. And he has to put it over again, and again he responds positively. Larry Tompkins, opening score in this match, puts Cork back in front. In that semi-final, that's the second of the two games with Galway. You remember he scored 11 points that day, 5 from play and 6 from frees. Teddy McCarthy can't hold on to it, but that's Tompkins coming to his aid. Towards Cleary. John Cleary. Towards Jimmy Kerrigan, can't hold it. Colm O'Neill, likewise. It's Kevin Foley. Outside to Martin O'Connell. At one stage in the season he was completely off this Meath panel. Tony Davis here, a young man from Skibbereen, and a totally committed challenge that time from Terry Ferguson. So a Cork ball as we just get a quick glimpse here of the Meath dugout. Very strong substitutes bench too in that Meath dugout. Like Finian Merton, Maddie McCabe and Colm Coyle are in there. In slippery conditions. So Meath take a chance on that error by Teddy McCarthy. Not good defending by Tony Davis. Easily lobbing this one across the field. Shea Fahy picking it up down towards Christy Ryan. And there was a push by Mick Lyons on Christy Ryan. And you simply can't make mistakes like that in positions like this, because with a free taker like Tompkins around, it's surely going to be fatal. So 2 points to won the position. 13 minutes gone in the first half. Makes it 3 points to 1. Both his points coming from frees. Tompkins, who was born in Wicklow, reared in Kildare, playing now for Cork, and very shortly he returns to America to play for his club side Donegal. So a very cosmopolitan player. Good challenge that time by Martin O'Connell on John O'Driscoll. On a wild clearance, however. Intended for Beatty, taken by Tony Nation, who has switched back now to left half back. Alan has gone across to the far side. Here's Tony Nation, the Nemo Rangers man. Well, it was a bit ambitious from that distance out. McQuillan here, the steadiest of goalkeepers. He certainly filled a troublesome position for Meath in the last few years. Shea Fahy battling, but it's Liam Hayes who takes it down. Now trying to deliver the pass up towards Colm O'Rourke. He was doing well earlier on. That time he was backing into Dennis Welch. John Cleary. Well, and truly being fouled, and Liam Hayes accepts responsibility for the over-aggressive challenge on John Cleary. So once again, it's going to be Larry Tompkins who will take the free. This is an even better view of the angle he faces. Really belted it. It curls delightfully. And another adept finish by Larry Tompkins, his third of the afternoon, and Cork lead by 3 points. People rate him the best all-round footballer this season. He marked this afternoon by Liam Harnan, and indeed there was quite a considerable doubt about Liam Harnan because he had a bruised shoulder, and one wonders if he's absolutely 100% fit to take on Larry Tompkins. John O'Driscoll takes it with great difficulty, and the referee saw that he wasn't really being allowed space to play that ball away. Everything going Cork's way just at the moment, having had a scare or two earlier on when Colm O'Rourke might have at least had 1 goal and possibly 2 or 3. Christy Ryan gathers, it's the type of ball he wants to get, and it's a nice turn, and he's put it over the bar and he increases Cork's lead. It's 5 points to 1. Christy Ryan's second point of this year's championship. Got the right type of ball that time. Type of ball, I suppose, that's a fullback's nightmare. Teddy McCarthy with a fantastic jump. Absolutely brilliant leap in the air. To Colm O'Neill, to Jimmy Kerrigan, who's got nobody at all on him. He can carry it as far as he wants. Brilliantly saved by Mick Lyons. The fullback redeeming himself. Aided by Terry Ferguson, and it's Martin O'Connell who lifts the siege. Well, if Cork had a let off at the other end when Colm O'Rourke was going through. Meath have had one now. PJ Gillick, Jerry McEntee, and now they're beginning to support one another a little better. The halfbacks are coming forward after a nervous start. Dangerous ball, Tony Davis facing his own goal, taking it with difficulty. Referee's whistle sounds, but he's still had the confidence to link up with his goalkeeper. It's the kind of spirited team play and nice combined action that only comes from playing a complete season together.
Once again there, Joe, the player in possession had 3 other players supporting him, but Meath tried the long kick. They're trying this all the time, and it's not working for them. They're forgetting about teamwork, it seems.
Jerry McEntee with that long ball, this time to Brian Stafford. Back to Colm O'Rourke, steadying himself. Good shot, nice point. That's a bit more like it, and it's exactly what the game is required. As Colm O'Rourke makes it 5 points to 2. 18.5 minutes gone in the first half. He is looking just a little bit vulnerable on this near side of the field. But it's David Beggy, known as Jinx to his colleagues. Shirt pulled by Tony Nation. David Beggy so winning that free. You specialise at rugby. He played for the Navan Rugby Club a couple of years ago, but in the last few seasons he's been very much part and parcel of manager Sean Boylan's plans. Liam Hayes. Towards Bernard Flynn, dropping it a bit short. Teddy McCarthy getting in there. Back here, Larry Tompkins. Nice ball to the man who's his clubmate down Castlehaven, Niall Cahalane. Meath slow to get back. Cahalane a bit ambitious, but the ambition pays off. As Niall Cahalane slots the ball over the bar, and it's Niall Cahalane's first point in this year's championship. He was absolutely brilliant in the Munster campaign, though hampered by injury, and he managed to keep Pat Spillane scoreless in the 2 matches. No mean feat indeed. Kevin Foley for Jerry McEntee. Again, they dropped that ball hopefully forward, but the Cork full back line coping very, very adequately with that situation so far. Backed up, as you see, from midfield. A late tackle by McEntee on Teddy McCarthy. We spoke a few minutes ago there, Enda Colleran, about this long ball that Meath are employing. What precisely should they be doing?
Yeah, they're not. They have loose men and men over, and they're not passing to them at all, passing the ball around to draw the Cork defenders. They're trying the long ball, and Cork are clearing it all the time. This was the game Meath used to play before they became so successful, but they've gone back to it again now today.
Robbie O'Malley taking it out of a ruck of players. They're pushed late. He gets the advantage and plays on. Breaks down to Conor Coonahan, the Cork captain. Pushed. No free, says the referee. John O'Driscoll. And totally in the clear is John Cleary. Nobody marking him. There is now. But he still is there, and the momentum carries him forward. And he's got his shooting boots as well. And that's an unerring finish by John Cleary. And now every one of the Cork full forward line has scored from play. Well, there were those, and there are those still, who seriously question the worth of this forward line, but certainly the full forward line answering their critics so far in the opening 22 minutes of the match. But there's an awful lot left in this Meath team. They're out of it by no means yet. Martin O'Connell. Nice ball to Brian Stafford. That's Bernard Flynn. Angle difficult, it's still in play. Tony Nation picking it up on the end line. The support here from Shea Fahy. Bad ball. Kerrigan redeems the situation. Tear away Jimmy Kerrigan, fouled by Kevin Foley, the man he's marking. And of course Jimmy Kerrigan, the man who's been converted from left half back to left half forward, picking up that ball in the position in which he likes to play. John O'Driscoll here. with a facial injury. Billy Morgan there, and Dr. Con Murphy attending to him. The Ballingeary man there, picking up a shoulder into the face. So he's fit to continue as Tony Nation takes this free. Robbie O'Malley getting there well ahead of his man. Trying to link up here with PJ Gillick. Driving it forward for Colm O'Rourke into the corner. And the pace and momentum just beating him. And as Enda Collar and our panellist here has been saying so far, that full forward line simply getting the wrong kind of ball. Dennis Walsh. Fahy unable to keep it in play while he's protesting, but I think there's no question about it, it's a Meath ball. Teddy McCarthy reminding him of his duties to mark Kevin Foley as Liam Hayes steps up for the sideline ball, nicely touched forward. And another hugely by Teddy McCarthy, very much the man for the big occasion. But he belts it into midfield, where I suppose he should have been anyway. And it's Meath now who carry the challenge to the red-shirted Corkmen. Brian Stafford going through. The layoff to Jerry McEntee. Oh, off the post and over. Jerry McEntee's opening point in this year's championship. Superbly fit athlete. 24 minutes gone then in the first half. No goals at all so far, thanks to some good goalkeeping here by John Kearns. It's John O'Driscoll getting there just ahead of Martin O'Connell. Good defending by Martin O'Connell, trying to invite the Corkmen into making the error. He's trying to drive Cork backwards. A pass intended for Tony Nation, cut out by David Beggy. Forward to Colm O'Rourke. Once again he's through. Once again it's dangerous. Bernard Flynn, again saved by the goalkeeper, but this time it's in. It's a goal by Colm O'Rourke. Colm O'Rourke's fisted goal means that there's just a point in the match. 25 minutes gone in the first half. And this is how it happened. He set it up himself. Watch as he stole inside the defence. First of all, to link up with Bernard Flynn. That was saved by the goalkeeper. But Colm O'Rourke was waiting, and he fisted it into the empty net despite the best efforts of Dennis Walsh. So, just a point between the teams. Exactly as we'd like it. Now, will this give Meath a bit more heart? Brian Stafford here, trying to turn inside. Player who hasn't scored so far. And he's put it wide. A rather nervous-looking shot that from Brian Stafford. Meath's fourth wide, Cork with 2 wides. And in points, it's 7-6. So let's really set up this 1987 All-Ireland football final. Trying to find somebody on this near side. A moment's hesitation by Liam Hayes as he took his eye off it. Tony Nation thumping it forward towards Christy Ryan or Larry Tompkins. It's Robbie O'Malley who cuts it out. Jerry McEntee in pursuit, but Niall Cahalane getting there first. Dropping it down and towards his forwards, and again it's Robbie O'Malley. What a great full-back player this is. A right corner back, accepts responsibility. The siege lifted, and McEntee launches the counter burst. Here's PJ Gillick, just outside that 45-metre line. Across for Hayes, totally unmarked. Time to look up and study where he's going to put that pass, which was intended into the path of Brian Stafford. The goalkeeper read it. Dennis Walsh. it into space here. John O'Driscoll. Mick Lyons gathering confidently and with a determined rush forward. Joe Castles. PJ Gillick, a good shoulder. Cork man down injured as Meath maintain their attack. Bit of elaboration in the build-up, I feel. The defence making it difficult for them. Colm O'Rourke now looking for his options. David Beggy. Oh, a very high tackle by John O'Driscoll. Beggy plays on. Oh, lovely run by David Beggy. That's a lovely point, and the sides are level. David Beggy's opening point, and my goodness me, how hard he had to work for it. That's a point a game now that he's averaged with 7 minutes to go to half-time. He shipped a high knock from John O'Driscoll as he was going through that time. A good advantage by referee Pat Lane. Just watch it again. Whenever this man scores, he does it in a fairly spectacular way by going on a good solo run. He works very hard for his points. My goodness me, he deserved this one as he lobbed it over and in front of the back spot.
Brilliant skill there, Jaron. I think that Meath have to bring this man more into the game because obviously he has the skill to get the scores for them.
So Coleman Corrigan back on the feet again, looking a little bit shaken. Having taken a knock a few minutes ago and doesn't look to be in the best of condition at the moment. There was a push by Liam Hayes, which the referee has spotted. Terry Ferguson will be the taker of this sideline ball. He's certainly made the transition. He's not, he's going to leave it to Liam Harnan instead. I was about to say that Terry Ferguson has certainly made the transition from wing-back to quarterback this season pretty well. But it's Harnan who hits the ball a bit better and a bit harder, I think. Into midfield for Hayes. He's playing his heart out at the moment, Liam Hayes. But that's a lovely catch. Great full-back play by the Macroom man, Coleman Corrigan. Downfield. Old-fashioned catch and kick style of football at the moment. Robbie O'Malley here, loose man outside him. That's Liam Hayes. Now Cahalane calming it down towards Brian Stafford. It's a beautiful pick-up by Stafford. Stafford is waiting. The sides are level. They're not anymore. Meath have taken the lead. Meath have got in front for the first time in the match. Brian Stafford's opening point. And as we were telling you in the build-up to this game, Brian Stafford, the scorer of 27 points coming into the match, so that's 28 for the season. So we've got 5 minutes to go to half-time. Meath going in front. John O'Driscoll taking it down with difficulty, fouled as he was doing so by Kevin Foley. A free which I'm sure Larry Tompkins will take. Certainly not, John O'Driscoll not showing too many signs of the hamstring injury which has troubled him so far, as Meath are further penalised 10 metres for not withdrawing quickly enough. So Larry Tompkins can level up the scores here. He scored 3 points from frees so far. This 4 minutes before half-time. He rarely misses a man who accepts responsibility. So they're level yet again as the clock there in the top right-hand corner counts down towards half-time. Larry Tompkins there seems to be signalling that he wants more hand-passed balls into him, because some of the passes that they've been belting forward have been going astray. Teddy McCarthy and Jerry McAtee jumping. Tompkins was under it. So Liam Hayes watches as Liam Harnan is spoken to, and he becomes the first player to be booked in this football final. It's curious that John O'Driscoll is now marking Liam Hayes. O'Driscoll is a very fine fielder of a ball. This one a bit ambitious, I suppose, for Larry Tompkins, about 52 or 3 metres out. Curling to the left. So it remains 8 points apiece, or in goals and points, it's Meath 1-5, Cork 8 points. Harnan, intended for PJ Gillick. A push at the last moment as now Cahalane is well and truly ushered out of the park. Billy Morgan with a word of advice to Dennis Walsh before he takes this sideline ball. Liam Hayes jumping with 2 Corkmen, and between the 2 Corkmen they managed to get it down, but it's blocked by Liam Hayes. Back to the ever-waiting Niall Cahalane. Meathman converging on him, leaving a loose man, who's Teddy McCarthy, who takes it back into a fairly congested area. It's going to be a push that time, but the referee allows play to continue. And so it's Colm O'Rourke here, having drifted away from the full forward line, in towards Brian Stafford. It breaks down towards PJ Gillick. Brian Stafford again, scorer of a point earlier in the match. Lovely balance, right after a save, and Meath have got it done for the second time, thanks to the shooting of Brian Stafford. That's come a minute before half-time. Seems to have picked up a hand injury. Not looking the happiest at the moment. This is his first time to be in Croke Park for an All-Ireland football final. He vowed that he'd never come to Croke Park for a final unless Meath are involved. Not alone are Meath involved, but he's very much involved himself. Shea Fahy. Joe Castles, we've seen very little of Joe Castles in an advanced position. He's been back there picking up loose ball from time to time, linking up here with Jerry McEntee. Tony Davis. Point between the sides, that's a nice ball inside, but the Meath defence covering soundly for their goalkeeper, and look at the man who's taken it out in that block, Terry Ferguson. Ferguson well and truly lowered to the ground that time, almost being buried into the earth, and no question about the free, even though some of the Corkmen were protesting that Terry Ferguson held onto the ball too long. Mickey McQuillan there, I wonder if that signal is to his defence. He was coming out that time very confidently, but the defence got there ahead of him, not taking any kind of chances. We're into time added on for injuries. It's Meath who lead by a point at the moment. Colm O'Rourke, he's out around midfield at the moment. Joe Castles, diagonal ball across, intended for David Beggy, but the route to goal cut out by the waiting Tony Nation. Free to Cork.
As you said, Ger, Colm O'Rourke has come out around midfield and he's making a big difference there because he's picking up a lot of loose ball now in the midfield area.
So John Kearns, and we haven't had the trainers on very much in that first half. So we're into injury time. Referee takes a quick check on the watch as Meath played across to Joe Castles, who's drawing the centre half back out of position, and Meath trying to exploit gaps inside. This time, it's a Cork free. Look of disbelief there on the face of Bernard Flynn. Bernard Flynn, who hasn't scored so far in this match, and indeed much was expected of him. Teddy McCarthy, the free taker, playing in his 9th championship match in 15 weeks this afternoon. Mick Lyons left it go, but got it the second time as the referee signals for half-time. And a warm round of applause around Croke Park for two very game teams after a first half of very spirited football. Now, referee Mick Lyons, or referee Pat Lane is speaking to Mick Lyons at the moment, and he's got the notebook out. And Mick Lyons is booked on the call of half-time after a spirited first half, and certainly the final resting place of the present Sam Maguire Cup, anything but certain. Meath in front by a point. It's Meath 1-6, 1 point lead. Meath playing, remember, with the breeze for the second half. Pat Lane gets the second half underway. Liam Harnan, one of two players booked in the first half. Bernard Flynn didn't score at all in the opening 35 minutes. But sure, Thorne, I'm sure, in that Cork defence has the potential to be in any case, and they realise it as well and ground him. So a free to Meath, going off the fingertips of Niall Cahalane for the first 45 of this second period. So Brian Stafford has this chance to extend Meath's lead. They're free takers supreme throughout the championship. This looks a bit better, it is. He's got the range this time. So Brian Stafford gets his third point of the match, his first from a free, 2 came from play, and he extends Meath's lead to 2 points. Dennis Walsh, you'll see now, has gone in full back. He's marking Brian Stafford, and John Evans has gone across into his usual cornerback position. Teddy McCarthy. Cahalane fisting it forward. Christy Ryan getting away from Mick Lyons. The chip forward as Colin O'Neill slipped in the damp conditions. Jerry McEntee lobbing it back to midfield, and there's a good, well-timed jump by Bernard Flynn to control that ball as some of the others were deceived by the bounce. Nice link up here with Brian Stafford, who'll hold and wait to see what's inside. Invitingly in, but the goalkeeper makes it his. Cahalane. John Evans, first touch, this All-Ireland final, to Dennis Walsh as the back line of Cork playing rather adventurously. All 4 of them have been involved in relieving the danger that time. Cahalane to take the free. Short ball to Teddy McCarthy. Conor Coonahan driving it in towards the full forward line, down from the arm of Terry Ferguson, down to Larry Tompkins. Tompkins, as Meath covered back quickly, they know he's the danger man, and it's Liam Hayes. Liam Hayes covering acres of ground this afternoon for Meath. Quickly taken by Brian Stafford too quickly, as Teddy McCarthy read the danger signals to Dennis Walsh here. Ended, and it comes to PJ Gillick. Back to Joe Castles. This is a no-nonsense start to the second half by Lee. Bernard Flynn trying to break inside the defence. Bernard Flynn dangerously in there with John Evans. Ball near the end line. David Beggy's inside. Oh, they tried to pick him out, but it was Tony Nation who got back to cover and make a very good save to the other wing back, Niall Cahalane. Colin O'Neill here, coming away off his marker, Terry Ferguson. Colin, who got the opening point in this final, is grounded by Joe Castles just outside the 45-metre line. So it'll be Larry Tompkins, scorer of 4 points in the first half, each and every one of them coming from frees. His side 2 points behind. 1-7 for Meath, 10 points. Cork 8. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Helping this one into the breeze. It's still no difficult to him. He's an absolute master striker. Brilliant finish, and just a point in it. I was travelling down through Kildare last night en route to this match, and the people in Kildare are taking justifiable pride in the fact that Tompkins and Shea Fahy are playing in this year's All-Ireland final. McQuillan kicks out for Meath. Teddy McCarthy getting there. Dropping it down, however. It comes to Larry Tompkins. Is this going to turn out to be the Larry Tompkins final? Brushing aside the challenge. Pursued by Jerry McEntee, this time under pressure. The breeze holds it up. Christy Ryan under it with Mick Lyons. Lyons gets it away. Colm O'Neill here to pick up the pieces. Terry Ferguson to make it difficult for him. That was a rather adventurous ball intended inside for Jimmy Kerrigan, but the Meath defence simply snapping it up quickly. A good shoulder by Conor Coonahan to put that defence in trouble. He himself is fouled. And the referee saw a foul in any case. Robbie O'Malley didn't see very much wrong with it. The referee marked it down as a foul, however, by the Meath man. Joe Castles receiving some treatment on that far side. Joe Castles, a very strong man who made his debut in the Meath colours in October 1973 in the league. This is his biggest day in Gaelic football, crowning a great career. 2 Leinster medals, a league medal as well, and how he'd love to win the big one. But Larry Tompkins has this chance now to put his side on level terms from 35 metres out. This time he drops it low, and it's taken by Mickey McQuillan, who was tackled inside of the small square. And the little exchange between Christy Ryan, who picked himself off the ground rather quickly, and had a word or two with Robbie O'Malley. Certainly the battle there between Christy Ryan and Mick Lyons, 2 very strong players. It's one of the notable features of the game. Liam Harnan, who has the onerous task of marking Larry Tompkins, to Bernard Flynn, brilliantly taken ahead of Tony Davis. Nervously taken, however, by Liam Harnan, who drops it down, and Conor Hoonan makes a good call. It's pushed from behind by Joe Castles. So just a point in this All-Ireland final. Meath still the leaders. Tony Davis, the free taker. Intended for John O'Driscoll, who at one stage in the first half had moved out to midfield. He takes that ahead of Martin O'Connell as he's back on the forwards. This is a danger man for Cork, surely. But just as I say it, he fluffs a chance. Martin O'Connell and John O'Driscoll there, and it's big brother Christy Ryan stepping in, as the referee will have a quick word with these 2 young players, O'Driscoll and Martin O'Connell. And this is what happened. O'Driscoll tried to get inside the half-back, swung it on the left boot, but didn't quite at the ankle. Teddy McCarthy calls on marvellous leap forward again, but that time taking it on his own, ahead of Martin O'Connell and Jerry McEntee. And certainly one of the notable features of this All-Ireland final has been the high fielding of Teddy McCarthy. Tompkins again then from the free. That's the 45-metre line. Slipped as he was hitting it. Didn't have the correct direction in any case. And the referee whistling furiously at Mickey McQuillan, telling him to hurry it up. And he's adding on the time to this half. Again, he drops it low. Again, Liam Harnan takes it. That's the second kick out he's taken to PJ Gillick. Man outside him to support him was David Beggy. Across here it comes to Bernard Flynn. Doing well in the second half. Whatever was said to him at half-time in the dressing room, he releases it to Stafford. And it curls just a yard or so outside that right-hand post for Brian Stafford. For the second time in his football career, Dennis Walsh, their number 4, is moved into the full-back position. It happened in Killarney last year in the Munster final when Coleman Corrigan went off after 3 minutes. He's gone off on this match injured at half-time. As we watch David Beggy, again his shirt's been pulled over there, and again he eludes the marker. The link-up Kevin Foley. Lifting it over towards Colm O'Rourke. Breaks down, and the referee saw an elbow on PJ Gillick. Free into Meath from a very good position for Brian Stafford. A chance then, gilt-edged chance indeed, to increase Meath's lead. Between the teams again, with his own 4th point of the afternoon. That's the position. We have 11 minutes gone in this second half. Meath without a success in the All-Ireland series since 1967, when they beat Cork in that year's final. Cork's last win was in their last appearance here in 1973, when they beat Galway. Here's Cahalane towards Christy Ryan, trying to break it down, but getting into a tangle there with one of the forwards. I think it's John Cleary. PJ Gillick lobs it down invitingly towards Brian Stafford. Dennis Walsh wheeling backwards, taking control of the situation. The player now thrust into a pivotal role, having to accept responsibility. Stafford thought about a quick one, but the other players were just too far away from him. So he lobs it in towards Colm O'Rourke, scorer of a goal for Meath in the first half. And breaking down towards David Beggy, once again eluding his marker. There's the shot, and there's the point from David Beggy. David Beggy has got 2 points in this final, and now he puts a goal between the sides at a vital time in the 3rd quarter of the game. Flags up there on Hill 16 saying it all. The Meath fans enjoying their afternoon. They had one or two chances to have goaled early on in the match. They then put themselves under enormous pressure. But now they're looking in command of the situation, as Tompkins have Liam Hayes, 2 players who know one another pretty well, as Cork prepared to bring on Tony Leahy. He'll come into the forward line, I'm sure. So Billy Morgan having to rehatch his plans. It'll be interesting to see who'll come off. Meanwhile, it's Teddy McCarthy with a free, 50 metres out. Lob towards Christy Ryan, twisted down by Mick Lyons, down to John Cleary. Has it taken off and gets it the second time. Has to turn and twist and shoot, and he puts it wide. Rather disappointed with his effort. Got a point in the first half. And Tony Leahy's come on, about to give the little piece of paper, acknowledging his presence to referee Pat Lane. And it's Shay Fahy, I think, who's coming off. Being called across by Billy Morgan, rather surprised, I think, to be taken off. Yes, Shay Fahy's gone, Tompkins has gone to midfield, John O'Driscoll centre forward, and where's Tony Leahy? He's playing here, right half forward. So Cork have to refashion their plans in this second half, as they've let the game drop in this opening quarter of the second half. Meath now carrying the fight forward, having dropped the initial breaks, having taken the scores, as John Evans fly kicks that one wildly away. It comes to the waiting Brian Stafford. Shift inside towards Colm O'Rourke. Missed the seal of the All-Ireland final. He lets it fall, however. Dennis Walsh. And certainly a goal from Meath there, I think, would certainly have put a fair bit of daylight between these two teams. Meanwhile, there's a player lying down injured. It's Jimmy Kerrigan of Cork. I was following the play up at the other end. I'm afraid I didn't see what happened. But there's a right little tangle out of the ball. Billy Morgan there and Jerry McEntee. Let's hope tempers will cool down here. So much at stake, of course, and it's one of those off-the-ball incidents that can mar a match, which was being played in a very sporting spirit so far. But certainly temper is coming to the boil. Kerrigan's back on his feet. The referee hasn't booked anybody. start with a line ball on the far side. Brian Stafford towards Bernard Flynn, grounded by Tony Davis. To me, Flynn is delighted with himself. So Stafford then in front of those adoring fans up on Hill 16, because that's very much Meath territory this afternoon in Croke Park. Sean Boylan wondering, hoping. Tony Brennan and Pat Reynolds, his co-selectors, there beside him as Brian Stafford composes himself. Breeze behind him, chipping, scoring. Meath have really taken a firm grip on this All-Ireland final, thanks to the shooting of Brian Stafford, leading now by 4 points. Brian Stafford is the scorer of 5 of Meath's total. So now 16 minutes into the second half in Becullerin. What about the trend of the game?
Well, I think Meath have taken over. Cork missed a few chances early on, but Meath came back and got vital scores, and it's going to be hard for Cork to come back now.
They're battling on, however. Mick Lyons waits as McEntee comes back. Liam Harnan here, driving it downfield. Tony Davis under the dropping ball, making a good catch. Tony Davis, only 24 years of age, and there was a pushback on O'Neill, which the referee clearly saw. A push on Terry Ferguson. Terry Ferguson hoping this afternoon to win a second medal for the Ferguson family. Remember, his dad, Des, or Snitchy, came out of retirement in 1963 to start for Dublin in that year's All-Ireland final. Martin O'Connell, the free taker, again aimed on towards Tony Davis and Bernard Flynn. Fisted back. Wide challenge on Brian Stafford. Advantage allowed. John Kearns, a couple of seconds to look at that one. Here's Teddy McCarthy. His midfield partner now, remember, is Larry Tompkins. Shea Fahy having gone off the Cork team. Jimmy Kerrigan can't hold it. Here's John Cleary. A chip forward towards Colm O'Neill. Between Terry Ferguson and Colm O'Neill, and Terry Ferguson is doing extremely well at left corner back for me this afternoon. So we're into the final quarter of this All-Ireland final. Meath lead by 4 points. That's aimed towards Tony Leahy, the St. Finbarr's man, trying to get free to get a shot. There's little or no room allowed in that defence. Kevin Foley, it's a very well-drilled set of back line. Fisted down by Conor Coonahan. Boosted away by Liam Hayes. Down towards PJ Gillick. The Meath man gets up. Tries to get up. Niall Cahalane. Both sides absolutely giving it everything. It may not be the most stylish All-Ireland final we've seen for some time, as Larry Tompkins protests that decision there with Colm O'Rourke. Absolutely baffled by Pat Lane's verdict. It may not be the most stylish, as we were saying, but it's certainly total commitment from two teams. Brian Stafford showed a bit too much of it to Dennis Walsh. The hurler come footballer carries it away out of defence. But the great-hearted defenders in top Gaelic football and top hurling. So second half sub